to have you back, Lonnie.
Thanks. It's really good to be back. So how's business been while I was gone?
Great. I bought 12 Rolex watches for customers last month.
Wow.
And I set a new record buying gold.
That's awesome.
And I got lots of estate jewelry.
Great. So then it sounds like it's been business as usual.
Hey, we sell stuff too, right?
Oh, yes. On Seminole Boulevard in Largo.
This is a Morgan & Morgan medical alert. Drug companies are making billions of dollars convincing men that increasing testosterone levels will restore their energy and sex drive, promoting their low T products as a miracle found of youth. But they fail to tell men that these drugs may dramatically increase the risk of heart attack, stroke, and yes, even death. If you or a loved one suffered an injury from testosterone drugs, call Morgan & Morgan. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
You can get 0% APR financing during our annual clearance event.
Seriously?
Seriously. 0% APR on a bunch of Toyotas.
Seriously?
Seriously. Only happens once a year. Seriously?
Seriously? Seriously?
Right now at the Toyota annual clearance event, get a low 0% APR for 36 months on a new 2015 Toyota Corolla. That's just 0% APR.
She's all yours. Seriously? Seriously.
Toyota, let's go places.
Bing's Night News is brought to you by Hudson's Furniture.
Blockbuster superhero movie is now in theaters. Fantastic Four is filled with big-name celebrities and one local actress. When you watch Fantastic Four, keep your eyes out for St. Petersburg actress Mary Rachel. She plays Mr. Fantastic's mother. She sent in an audition tape, got the role, then spent 18 days in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, acting with some very well-known names. She says it's an experience she will never forget.
Working with A-listers and getting to sit with them and learn from them, and it's so cool.
Mary Rachel is no stranger to the limelight. Her father was an actor, and she is the wife of State Representative Dwight Dudley. Just a few years ago, she appeared in the movie Dear John, starring Channing Tatum. There are plenty of other ways to beat the heat than going to the movies. Here's On the Tab Now with Virginia Johnson.
It's Sunday, August 9th. I'm Virginia Johnson. Here now with a look at your On the Town weekend calendar. They've been working hard all summer, and now they are ready for you to see their performance. The Patel Conservatory students are at the Strad Center putting up their popular show of Broadway music. See the next Tony winner before they even set foot on Broadway. Performances tonight, 7 o'clock, your last chance. Tickets are $20. The Strad Center, of course, is located in downtown Tampa. Three Daughters Brewing is offering Vibes of the Bay, art, music, beer, with more than you ask for. Kicking off at 2 this afternoon. Admission is free. Three Daughters is located at 222 22nd Street South in St. Petersburg. And finally, Sunday is Family Fun in the Sunday. The Guy Harvey Outpost card of the Tradewind Resort is free to enjoy. Parking is $10. It kicks off at noon for fun with your family. The address there, 6000 Golf Boulevard on St. Pete Beach. Have a great week ahead, everybody, with your entertainment news. I'm Virginia Johnson.
A non-attorney spokesperson, Bing's Night is brought to you by Belton Roof, the VR Law Team, helping the injured for over 30 years.
Windows and doors sticking, walls and ceilings cracking. Do you fear losing the value of your home and business? Call Florida Ramjack. An evaluation service report, an ESR, is required by Florida law. It certifies that all Florida Ramjack Foundation repair products meet or exceed all Florida building codes. Demand an ESR 1854 and use products that are recognized by the International Code Council. Call all Florida Ramjack for a free evaluation and a copy of our ESR 1854. Also ask about our in-house financing and transferable lifetime warranty. All Florida Ramjack, most important name in sinkhole repair. Go to ac358.com for most approved foundation repair products.
Ramjack, experienced, reputable, guaranteed.
It's hard to beat Fitzgerald prices on Sonata, Elantra, or any new Hyundai. Even buying services can. We guarantee it. We also have certified free
done this little contraption so I can watch hands-free. Feels good to multitask. Yeah, I think I've earned a little me time. Well, me and the Golden Girls. Blanche, you could go there.
Watch your way with the Bright House TV app and discover more ways to connect at letsconnect.com.
For fun, local entertainment, check out Bright House Network's Local on Demand, channel 999. Always free and exclusively on Bright House Network.
Now, weather on the night's forecast featuring Flextron 9.
Meteorologist Diane Hatchmer, let's take a look at our temperatures for the overnight, about the same as the night before. The difference will be the timing of our thunderstorms. Still, we're looking for the chances to last into the evening with our sea breeze collisions, and then everything will move toward the zone and disappear before midnight. Here's a look at our St. Pete beach camera from the Tradewinds Resort. As the sea breeze developed east of the beaches, we had a nice day at the beaches. All quiet and dry at our beaches. So even up through 3 o'clock, you don't even see the skies look any different over St. Pete Beach. Notice the waves are back to being small as our winds are light. So your beach forecast as we head on into Monday. The morning time will be dry, early afternoon dry, and then it will be toward evening that we'll look for a chance for the thunderstorms again with our sea breeze. Winds will stay fairly light. More details in your forecast will be coming up in the next 10 minutes.
Welcome back to Bay News 9. I'm Nancy Moreski. Time now for a look at the top stories we're tracking for you this Sunday. 2 Hillsborough County firefighters spent the night in the hospital. One suffered a minor burn, the other heat exhaustion while fighting an apartment fire in Town and Country last night. It happened on San Marcos Court at the Royal Oaks Apartments. Both firefighters are in good condition. It has been 1 year today since the shooting death of Michael Brown. Brown's death spurred the Black Lives Matter movement and sparked protests that at times turned violent. The 18-year-old was unarmed when he was shot and killed by a white police officer in Ferguson, Missouri. Peaceful protests are planned around the country today to shed light on concern about police and community relations. A Trump circus played out in Atlanta during the Red State gathering. Trump was uninvited after an inappropriate comment he made about a journalist. Florida's former governor, Jeb Bush, went after Trump during his remarks yesterday, but also managed to focus on how he would lead the country if he were elected president. A pro-choice group goes under the microscope in today's PolitiFact. Bay News 9's Troy Kinsey and the PolitiFact team take a look at a claim that's being made about Jeb Bush.
As Republican presidential candidates go, Jeb Bush has quite the record to run on. After all, he served 2 terms as governor of Florida. But for all his accomplishments, those 8 years were also filled with controversy that now is fueling a wave of political attacks.
There's a political realm and a social realm, and we shouldn't confuse the two.
Bush is running as a moderate, the kind of candidate he says Republicans need in order to win the general election. But back when he was governor, critics say he was anything but moderate, especially on social issues. The women's rights group Ultraviolet is out with this Facebook post. The title, 5 Things You Should Know About Jeb Bush, and number 1 caught PolitiFact's eye. It says Bush appointed a guardian for the fetus of a rape survivor. The Truthometer's finding? That's mostly false, and here's why. In 2003, a severely mentally handicapped woman who had been raped was 6 months pregnant. It was a unique situation. Bush argued called for a legal guardian, but he didn't have the power to appoint one. Only a court could do that, and it told Bush no, because under Florida law, a fetus doesn't have the same legal protections as a person. Another controversial flashpoint during the Bush years, education.
Rising student achievement should be the highest calling for all of us, and we should be outraged that it's not happening to the degree that it should.
Most of the former governor's focus was on reforming public schools, but he also engineered an overhaul of Florida's public university system, and ultimately gave Republican lawmakers more power over how campuses could raise and spend money. And to hear from the Florida Democratic Party, that led to a big jump in the cost of tuition. How big? Well, the party says Bush oversaw an average in-state tuition increase of 48.2% during his tenure. PolitiFact's finding? That's mostly true. Joshua Gillen explains.
What we actually found is it was closer to 57% that it went up, from somewhere around, what do we got, $47 a credit hour to a little over $73 a credit hour in that 8-year span.
And if you think a 56.9% jump is big, well, get ready for this. During the same period, average tuition nationwide shot up by 75%. In that context, Florida may have been offering a pretty good deal. In Tallahassee, I'm Troy Kinsey.
Connections at 8, you'll also see more election 2016 coverage. Living far from an elderly parent can be rough. Brothers and sisters in Maryland miss their 93-year-old father so much, they reached out to Goodwill in Manatee County to help them reconnect. Bay News 9's Randy Nissenbaum was there when the veteran saw his family for the first time in months.
This is the 63rd Infantry Division.
Richard is 93 years old and has lived an amazing life. At 20, he fought in World War II.
Can't believe I was that young.
He was severely wounded in Germany.
I ran over a landmine in a Jeep.
His bravery earned him 2 Bronze Stars, a Medal for Good Conduct, and even a Purple Heart.
It's something that you think about every day.
Richard's kids worry about their dad. He lives alone while they live in Maryland and Colorado. Since they can't see him every day, they reached out to Goodwill, Minnesota for help.
We did some internal communications and decided, let's get him a computer. Let's set him up on Skype because that's really a great way to be able to communicate. Have you heard of Skype?
No.
No.
After a quick lesson,
All right, let's make a call.
Richard got to see his 13-year-old granddaughter in Maryland.
You've got your braces off now. Oh, they look beautiful.
His daughter says this will give her peace of mind she's longed for.
Just to make sure that he's alert, that he is in good spirit. If there's any physical changes with him, to be able to see him on a daily basis is priceless.
For Richard, it's technology that he never thought possible, but he's thankful to have.
Love you, Pop.
Love you too.
Love you too. Take care.
Talk to you later.
In Bradenton, Randy Nissenbaum, Bay News 9.
While Goodwill, Minnesota does a lot of work for veterans, this was the first time they gave a computer and set up Skype, and they say it won't be their last, hoping this technology will help other veterans see their loved ones who do not live close by. It's time for families in Citrus County to wave goodbye to their school-aged children and send them off to class. School starts tomorrow from Crystal River to Homosassa to Inverness. This was one of the longest summer breaks in the county's history. Parents are stocking up on supplies, and they get a break over the next few days through the 16th. There are no taxes for items like backpacks, clothing, and some electronics. A suggestion from a citizen could lead to a major shift in the location of a new trail. Bay News 9's Al Rochelle spoke to our partners at the Citrus County Chronicle to learn more.
Joining me right now, Mike Bates from our friends at the Citrus County Chronicle. We're talking about moving the Suncoast Parkway Trail. Okay, why and where?
Well, this came up at the Hernando Citrus Metropolitan Planning Organization meeting this week. A resident said he would like to shift the trail from the west side to the east side. He believes it would be more picturesque. It would have a connection with the Withlacoochee State Forest. And if they kept the trail on the west side where it is now and where the Florida Turnpike wants it to go, there's a lot of unsightly power lines there, and it just would not be a pleasant experience for bikers and walkers.
Have they talked about right-of-way issues, or is that kind of an excuse for not doing it, or are they still
the right-of-way, that's something they're going to have to look into. What's going to complicate this is apparently, and this was brought up at the meeting, there is a historic camp there. It's called the Etna Turpentine Camp, and apparently it's on the historic register, so that might be an obstacle that they might have to solve if they're going to shift this trail.
Well, I'm one of these guys that uses these trails a lot, and I use that trail on the Suncoast Parkway. I love it. In some places it is a little boring, I will admit that. But how would you, they wouldn't do that all the way down the Veterans Parkway, would they?
Well, it would, presumably it would be at US 98, they would build a pedestrian bridge. This is all in the planning stages. But they could put a bridge that would sort of shift everybody from the west side of the trail over to the east side, and it would presumably extend north to State Road 44, where the Suncoast Parkway extension is going to end up going.
Man, that would be a long stretch of road. But where are we in this process in terms of, will I get a vote on it soon? Do they have to come up with a plan? What?
Dennis Dix with the MPO is going to talk with Florida Turnpike officials. He's going to see if this even makes sense, what kind of obstacles. It's all in the planning stages, but he was open to the idea. He said, we're willing to talk and see,